The goats are feeling extra good this morning. Feeling all a little bit wild. We'll let them run around and use up some of this energy before we start milking. It's much easier when they have tired themselves out a wee bit to get them to cooperate. The birds are flying around. It's an absolutely gorgeous fall morning. It is time to get out and do another picking of tomatoes. This is a nice big one. And then I've got my Japanese black trifle. And this is a Dr. Witchy's. I'm not exactly sure how it's said. But this makes a really nice sauce tomato. We've found that the orange tomatoes, if you keep them separate from your red tomatoes, have a completely different flavored sauce. It's much more fruity. And then these ripen up all different colors. This is Afternoon Delight. And here's another clump. So, and as you can see, some of them are not, they don't have the dark shoulders quite as much. Like here's one that's ripe that doesn't have the dark shoulders. It's quite a prolific tomato. And they're nice and large. Here's some more of it over here. Some tomatoes on the ground here. Not sure what that's about. And then this is a Brandywine. This red one is a Brandywine. This is a Big Zebra here. And these are all ripe. These need to be picked. And this next red tomato here is a St. Pierre, and I have two of those planted. That's a really lovely red slicer. And then here I have my mom's favorite tomato, which is a Copia. And it's a really nice one. There's some ripe ones back in there. And then over here I have a Blue Beach sauce tomato. So has some nice clumps of tomatoes. The Moscovich, which I've saved seeds from. And then my Sun Gold here, which is probably 9 feet tall now. We picked a lot of tomatoes off of this. Like you can see, there's whole trusses here that all the tomatoes have been picked off except for those two. Let's see, like right there, there's a truss that we've picked all of them off of. And look at that gorgeous truss coming on. And these will just keep going until it freezes. And it's even back over there. So, and then over here is a striped German tomato. Don't mind the morning glories. They grow quite well here. And I need to get in here and do a picking. And then this is what the other side of the tomato trellis looks like. And the melons that I planted down the center here have all died off, except for a few of the watermelons. Some of those are still going, like for example, there's one right there that I'm waiting on. And then the peppers along the wall are doing okay. I have a whole bunch of volunteer tomatoes that I missed when I was pulling them. There are quite a lot of tomatoes because there's clumps like that down low that haven't started to change at all. I just love this afternoon delight. I think it is such a gorgeous tomato. And this Japanese black truffle, black trifle, it goes by several different names. It has the green shoulders. But I'm going to go through and pick anything that looks about like that ripeness and take it in the house and let it finish so it doesn't split, because these do like to split. And it is getting quite cold at night. It almost feels like it might freeze soon. And then here's a little red cherry tomato that I've been picking like mad. And then here is my orange Russian 117. Oh, that one's been chewed on. Oh, but I really love this little tomato. And there's quite a few of those. And more cherry tomatoes. And then we have Brad's Atomic Grape in here. And that one's ripe. I need to bring a box out before I start really picking, because there's quite a few in there. And over here I've cut off all the extra leaves and stuff so that I could get to the tomatoes and see them. But I didn't get to this little crop of cherry tomatoes here. So it's pretty easy to lose some ripe fruit in there, because this just, oh, there's a lot in there. Oh, like there's a whole nother clump. See, I didn't get that one. It's starting to mold. So, and I have a caterpillar. Ick. I have caterpillars in here eating on stuff. So I need to get out here and rescue some tomatoes. So, and this is a Gardener's Delight. This is a really nice tomato. There's some more up there. And this little tomato over here is a new one to me this year. So it's so beautiful. It is a black zebra cherry tomato. Really nice, healthy foliage. And tasty, tasty tomatoes. So, cute little trusses here of tomatoes. I'm gonna pick that one, take it in, let it finish ripening up, because if you let them ripen completely, they want to split. So, that one's still usable, and that one is too. Ooh. I see some other ripe ones back in here. I've noticed some of them come off really small, like how those are. Not sure what that is about. Oh, see, look at this. ripe tomatoes back in there, and I'm missing them. But super healthy, super lovely tomato. And over here, this is a volunteer Gardener's Delight, because I had Gardener's Delight planted over here and last year. And I have gone through and pulled out so many tomato starts, it's not even funny. Okay, I'm not gonna pick any more tomatoes, otherwise I'm gonna end up with a shirt full of tomatoes. So, and once again, this year, the rodents have a good palate. They are eating all of the peppers. This is a Tomayto Rosso from Seeds of Italy. Delicious. It's really sweet, nice, meaty, thick walls. Just a slight hint of heat. This would probably be a really good paprika pepper. But the rodents are going through and eating them, and it's really frustrating. So, and I have, I have some peppers that have fallen over here. This isn't maybe my pepper year, but I also have a few, oh hey, look at that, a melon that's just laying there. Okay, oh, it smells good. It smells really good. And then right here, I have a volunteer tomato. Now this is a Cordobu albanga, and this is a really nice saucing tomato. So we have some nice sized peppers up in here. And then this is a Corno de Gallo, starting to turn yellow. And I went through and did a picking of all the ripe serranos the other day. I think we're going to make some hot sauce out of that. So there's still quite a few. So, these are ripe big zebras. I think this is such a gorgeous tomato. It's a very soft tomato. But look at the colors on that. Oh, just gorgeous. And it's really tasty too. I like this one. And these have nice little small blossom end. This one has just probably a couple more days in the windowsill. Oh, and I said I was going to stop picking. Now I'm just filling my pouch up with them. Okay, that one's not fitting in the pouch, so. Oh. Look at that cute little melon there. And another one there. That one actually might be ready to pick. Let's see. Now I'm dropping tomatoes. Let's see. No, I am going to leave that for a couple more days. You know what? No, I'm not going to, because it's starting to get a little bit of discoloration there. I mean, this hasn't dried up completely, but I'm going to take that. I've been losing quite a few to the damp at this point. You guys, so that melon that I just picked up out of the greenhouse and brought in, it's a Zata melon from Seeds of Italy. I think it's a little bit overripe, but it is so good. It is amazing. So, as you can see, nice and orange, plenty of flesh. But what was interesting is when I was cutting it, I just noticed that, look at this. Look at that. It just, basically, it started peeling itself. And it tastes so good, and it smells good. Isn't that interesting? Anyway, I would recommend this one. This is a good one. Seeds of Italy, the Zata melon. I think it's Z-A-T-T-A, so I might not be pronouncing that correctly. But, oh, so delicious. So, I planted quite a few small melons. I think this is like a really small version of the small melons. But I would not recommend planting small, personalized sized melons. I would say plant the larger version, because what I'm finding is that they are all seed and rind. Let's see. I'm going to set you down for a second and see if I can pop this open and show you. So that is what it looks like on the inside. There is nothing to eat there. So the chickens have been enjoying these. I mean, super, super cute. I can't remember which type that is. But then I have another type over here that's just as cute. I should take these out to the, let's see, to the chickens. And once again, you can see very little flesh to actually eat, and all seeds. So, cute, fun to grow, photogenic, and that's about it. So, I'll take those and feed those to the chickens. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start slicing these, take their little stems off, slice them, and put them into our food dryer. And this is a Garden Master food dehydrator and jerky maker. I think we got this at Mart. Anyway, the one thing about these that I've noticed is that they tend to have very short cords, so we're a bit limited on where it gets to go. And the dried, and these particular ones aren't cherry tomatoes, they're just small slicers. But the rest of them here are these ones. I have Sun Gold cherry tomatoes, and I have Gardener's Delight. And Gardener's Delight is, well, both these are very popular ones. I think Gardener's Delight is more popular in the UK. I see reference to it a lot with the different gardeners there. I know Monty Don grows it and stuff. And the Sun Gold cherry tomatoes are very popular here, especially in the Pacific Northwest. So if you live somewhere else, are the Sun Golds popular, and are the Gardener's Delight cherry tomatoes popular? It is kind of interesting how there's regional ones, or tomatoes that are kind of popular in different regions. So, and these have all been rinsed. I gave them a good rinse. Okay, here we are. The food dryer is been running for the last 24 hours. And so this is what they look like. They look nice and dry. They have still just a little bit of moisture to them. Some of them have a little bit more. But we store our dried tomatoes in the freezer. So if they have a little bit of moisture to them, that's okay. They don't need to be bone dry. If you aren't going to store yours in the freezer, you need to have them be quite dry. So, now I like to put the skin side down because they tend not to stick. And I have a bag here that I've labeled. And I didn't put what's in it, I just put the date because I would visually recognize what this is. So, okay, so there we go. I started with a nice big pile of tomatoes yesterday, and here we go. We ended up with a nice little baggie of tomatoes that I will throw in the freezer.